We are gathered here for our 19th annual A. Leon Higginbotham Gala.
We have the opportunity to honor Morgan Stanley for his contributions to diversity and inclusion. The Higginbotham Dinner is a signature event for us. It's really an opportunity to do outreach to let the community know all of the work that's going on with the Lawyer Committee. Too often we found that our work with voter protection, election protection, immigration, housing goes unnoticed by the broader community. So we appreciate the opportunity to make the world aware of all the great work going on by the Lawyers Committee.
Because the mission of the Lawyers Committee is simple: to secure equal justice for everyone. And you all right now stand on the front lines of the most pressing and complex civil rights problems. But through litigation, public education, and of course other advocacy tools, this great organization addresses discrimination. It advances the law, and it takes defensive and decisive action whenever necessary.
Our work to protect the right to vote lies at the core of what we do at the Lawyers Committee. The right to vote is the bedrock of our democracy. It's the right from which all other rights are derived.
It's a critical moment in our nation. This is a moment when we must challenge ourselves, our corporations, and our law firms to continue to embrace JFK's call to action.
Diversity and inclusion is a topic of relevance to every employer. It is no longer necessary to make the business case for diversity and inclusion. All of the research confirms that diverse teams perform better, they produce better results. But even with this knowledge, many organizations struggle with how to create a more diverse and inclusive workforce. I am so proud and honored personally to introduce Shelley and Andy and to recognize them and Morgan Stanley with the 2019 Higginbotham Award for exemplary corporate leadership in advancing diversity and inclusion and equal opportunity.
At Morgan Stanley, we know that attracting, retaining, and advancing a diverse workforce and driving a culture of inclusion are not just the right things to do, they're also good business.
I grew up close by in Staten Island, and I was fortunate enough to be a product of the New York City public school system. My classes, my community were completely diverse. That was all I knew. And in my view, that's what the natural state should be.
Today's issues, of course, are issues around children in cages and in detention camps, and whose vote gets counted and whose doesn't. What values do we care about? And who counts as an American? When the Lawyers Committee shows up, it means change is coming.
The Lawyers Committee for Civil Rights has been one of the very few organizations that's been able to find the awesome people in the legal profession, the awesome people in both political parties, the awesome people of all races and all classes, and get them to do awesome things.
And that we have the capacity to treat every human being with dignity and respect.
I am so inspired by the work that the Lawyers Committee does.
I commend the staff of the Stop the Hate Project, Lawyers Committee, Civil Rights, for all you do to continue to combat hate around the world.
Thank you for stepping up and stepping out.
Oh, it was an amazing night for the Lawyers Committee for Civil Rights Under Law, our 19th annual A. Leon Higginbotham Gala. Amazing honorees, tremendous support for our work. Really looking forward to celebrating with people next year. Thank you for standing with us as we work to move America toward justice.